Welcome back, folks, to a brand new video.
Tuscany is packed with idyllic charm. Everything from its architecture to the landscape is captivating and inviting in equal measure. So many towns and villages throughout this region. So let's take a look at 10 beautiful towns to visit in Tuscany.
So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, before you even watch this video, don't forget to hit that like button, obviously for the YouTube algorithm.
Lucca. A city that sounds like no other. A jewel protected by high walls and embraced by a musical atmosphere. Lucca is a city on the 𝐂𝐸 River, in Italy's Tuscany's region. It's entirely walkable and encircled on all sides by the best preserved Renaissance fortifications in all of Tuscany. Because the historic centre is enclosed by city walls, it's managed to convincingly preserve its heritage. It's also a place that's very much lived in. The historic old town isn't for show, but indeed primarily made up of residential buildings. Now, what's great about Lucca is that it has so many towers to choose from, which means there are plenty of viewpoints to see the beautiful cityscape. Don't forget to check out St. Martin's Cathedral. Cortona. Florence, capital of Italy's Tuscany region, home to many masterpieces of Renaissance art and architecture. It's named a UNESCO World Heritage Site, with a historic centre which is itself an open-air museum, and an outstanding abundance of monuments, churches, palaces, most of which architectural masterpieces, making Florence one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. So to know Tuscany without having been to Florence is unthinkable. Don't forget to check out the Galleria dell'Accademia, which is among the top 10 museums in the world. The city of Prato is only 20 kilometers away from Florence. Volterra. Volterra is a walled town southwest of Florence in Italy. The central palazzo has medieval frescoes and a bell tower with expansive views. Now, I could say that I preferred Volterra over Lucca. I visited Volterra as a day trip from a kind of farmhouse in Siena, and I really enjoyed it because it's an interesting hill town that offers a variety of things to do. You can visit different alabaster shops and see artists working with the alabaster, which is a kind of mineral that's used for carving. Or you can see the different museums, which was quite interesting, or the old Roman amphitheatre. Another town where it's perfect to walk around and just escape from all the crowds. But Volterra is close to the next place on this list and the reason why I went. San Gimignano. San Gimignano, a small walled village about halfway between Florence and Siena, is famous for its fascinating medieval architecture and towers that rise above all other buildings, offering an impressive view of the city from the surrounding valley. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1990, San Gimignano offers visitors the chance to step back in time while enjoying its local products. Pienza. Pienza is a small town situated in the southern part of Tuscany. It's just about 50 kilometers away from Siena, and let me tell you, this is my favorite on this list. Winding country roads, flanked by vineyards, olive groves and wheat fields, take you to Pienza. It's the typical Tuscan landscape with rows of pointed Italian trees lining the way to ancient villages and cantinas. Just think of Gladiator. Pienza sits on a hilltop overlooking the Val d'Orcia, and from this vantage point, you can see the famous hilltop towns. Next up is Talamone. Historically a fishing village, Talamone stands in an imposing raised position overlooking the coast of Tuscany in western Italy. The historic town is surrounded by medieval walls and dominated by a fortress built of grey stone. And Talamone also has a small harbour, a beach and coastal cliffs, and several other attractive beaches which can all be found close by. Hence, it is now a popular summer destination. Now, the Bay of Talamone is ideal for practicing all types of sailing sports, such as windsurfing and kitesurfing, if you are curious to try one of those. So start your visit with a stroll around the harbour and in the maze of the narrow streets. But the principal highlight in Talamone is the castle and its surroundings, which are also rich in Roman remains. Number 8. Monteriggioni. Monteriggioni is a walled town in Tuscany, known for its medieval fortifications and its watchtowers. It's a perfectly preserved medieval walled village, just 20 kilometers from Siena. It's the typical fortified village that started its life as a castle, perfectly rounded to suit the hill on which it stood since the beginning of the 1200s. The entire place is hidden inside a fortified citadel, whose walls and 14 towers conceal its existence entirely. But nowadays, only a few of the buildings are lived in. The rest of the village is given up to an interesting museum housing Renaissance armour and artefacts, along with a few shops and restaurants. But if you happen to visit in the first 2 weeks of July, you will be able to witness the medieval festival, a wonderful time to take your holiday here in Tuscany. Livorno. Livorno is a charming city located on the western coast of Tuscany, on the Ligurian Sea, and is considered one of the most important ports of Italy. Don't expect to visit a quaint medieval town like many others in the region, since Livorno is one of the most modern cities in Tuscany, even if there are many archaeological remains that fortunately have not been destroyed during the World War II. But if you head to this Tuscan port city, you must try out its great seafood, as you'll find many wonderful delicious places to eat, which are informal and familiar, and above all, have reasonable prices. A city that's overlooked, but definitely well worth to visit.
Have it, folks, a wonderful taste of Tuscany. I hope this video gave you a few of the possibilities in this region. Please give this video a thumbs up, it does help the channel a lot. And next week I am doing a Q&A, so if you have any questions about travel, solo travel and my channel in general, please inbox me at my Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. As always, be good, be kind, be careful. Peace.